if I could invite the director to join me on stage. Gosh, no pun intended, but I feel quite spaced out after watching that.
That's good.
It's a film that's kind of asking questions about who we are, where we're going, what's going on in the universe. I expect that if I was to ask you any questions that would answer the questions that this film asks, you wouldn't answer them.
That wouldn't be a good idea. Yeah.
This is obviously a film that's carried by two actors who have to act in a small, intimate space together over a number of days. Presumably they got on well with each other and there were no fistfights on set.
Fistfights, I remember no fistfights, but you're right. We had this really small set. It's as small as you notice, as you have seen in the movie, and it was it was closed. We went in it and shut the door. The door was the cupboard. You saw the cupboard where there was the door, and then we were in it, and we were just the two actors and me and the camera and the sound operator and maybe sometimes a fifth person to do something and who has to hide when we were shooting somewhere. And therefore it was really intense working.
How long was the shoot?
The shooting took just 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks, and then some pickups after that.
Because obviously, if it is in just one location and it is quite dialogue heavy, did you do it in sequence just so that you could keep track of where you were in the script?
We shot chronologically, so that they could. We could. On the beginning of each day, we could remember what we've done the last day, and we could talk it through. And the two actors always knew how high the filthy level was, or how low, how high, I think that was we could do that because we only had this one set, and this set still is there, so we didn't have time problems or so, but we. Although we had to shoot in these couple of days because of the time frame from one of the actors.
How long did it take to apply the right level of grime and sweat to them, or did they just not wash for?
No, they did it themselves. Yeah, you're right. There are some shots where this is not only. What's the word? I'm German. I'm sorry.
Spray on sweat.
It's not. Yeah, we had this artificial sweat and the artificial dirt, but sometimes the rings under the eyes were real. Or so.
Brilliant. The cave system at the end presumably is a natural location.
It's a combination of miniature shots of a cave we built, and obviously a real cave, where you see the actor going through it, then it's a real cave. Where we come from, in the middle of Germany, somewhere between Cologne and Frankfurt, we have caves. So it's nothing special for us. You can go in there and it's okay. So, but you must do it at night in order to. Have the ability of lighting as you want it, lighting it as you want. Yeah. And
did you have some experience in the cave in your formative years that you thought this is like the entrance to hell? I want to make a movie here one day.
It's I shot another movie, and it was also set up. Some of the shots were in a cave, and we knew this cave. But for this movie, we were searching a lot of different caves, and at the end we came back to this one. So it has this past, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it does something to you when you have caves all around it.
All depends on the signal.
Yeah.
I thought not only the set design but also the design of the exterior of the ship and that kind of floating upside down city in space were terrific.
Yeah.
Who was the designer on the movie?
Yeah, we did it. Johannes, du kannst auch mal kommen. This is the man. Here you could read producer, but oh no, you could not. Okay, but he did all those other stuff. We did it together, and we had some other guys. But we're only a few people, and I don't know if you know that it was all practical. There is no single CG shot in the movie. Yeah. Okay, you didn't know that. Okay. Yeah, this is important. I think that's important. Yeah. So the spaceship is like this.
Okay.
In real, a model.
For the benefit of the recording, that's about 3 feet across.
Yeah.
And the city in space, how big was that?
Yeah, it was. Could you show it?
Yeah, it's like this. Yeah.
Okay, about 4 by 4 by 5.
Yeah, we built.
It was shot upside down.
Yeah.
Right? So it was shot upside down, and it's the packaging of an kitchen oven, right?
Oh,
so the styrofoam.
Don't spoil the illusion.
Yeah, but it's important because it's not only a practical effects movie, but also a low budget or no budget movie. So we spent around 20,000 euros for all what you've seen here. That's not that much, I think. So we used everything we could get our hands on. So like the whole set is built out of waste, of scrap metal and e-waste and all those stuff. Yeah.
Well, hopefully that'll be inspirational for anyone in the audience who might be thinking of making a movie. My German barely runs to ordering a beer, but I did notice the word crowdfunding in the credits.
Yeah.
So could you talk a little bit about funding the movie?
Yeah, so when we started talking about this film, it was around 2011, so quite a long time ago. And we were talking about this film, we were making plans, and finally, in 2012, we started buying an old, what's it called, a trailer, what that was put behind a tractor trailer, an old tractor trailer, and that should be the start of the set of the spaceship interior, and then everything got more serious. So in 2012, we started really building the set, but only using scrap and stuff we could get our hands on, but after 1.5 years, we realized if we keep doing it that way, we will take another 10 years to just build the set. And so we started looking for money. And sci-fi in Germany is really not a common thing. So I think David here knows Raumpatrouille Orion, so Spaceship Orion. That's the only German sci-fi, roughly. So after Fritz Lang. And it's really hard to get money for a sci-fi movie. So the natural thing was to look for more untrodden paths of financing, and then we looked for crowdfunding. Isn't it called crowdfunding in?
Yeah, no, it is.
it is.
Just,
Okay.
That's because the word's the same. I was able to read
okay,
it.
And that was quite successful. So we started looking for 8,500 euros because we thought, that's quite enough. We never had so much money to do a movie. That must be okay. Unfortunately, we got about 15,000 and another 5,000 from other sources. And that was what we were working with. So no one got paid for anything. So the actors did it for free. All the editing and post-production was done by Marcel himself. And everyone just volunteered and tried to make this possible. Yeah.
Wow. and now you can stay in the set via Airbnb. Does anyone in the audience have any questions? At the back?
What was on the hard drive?
Yeah, e-waste.
Ich weiß aber wieder. Weißt du es noch?
What was
Yeah.
really inside it? I think you want to know
Yeah,
what
okay.
data was on it, right?
Yeah,
but
Okay.
we will never tell. But yeah, it's just.
Go on, Martin.
Yeah. Can she tell to everyone the story about the pancake?
Oh yeah, come here.
Please.
So this is the assistant director, Caroline.
One morning when we were having breakfast, having pancakes, very good pancakes, but I couldn't eat it because it first had to be filmed because it was a very good planet, and yeah, so the pancake was filmed, and I think it was the last planet of the movie where they are flying into from the outside.
Yeah, you have to imagine. Here's the pancake, here's the camera, and there is the lighting. So, and then when you have the right angle, then it's a landscape. It's you know, you saw this rocky desert at the beginning of the, and also in the end, it was used several times. Yeah.
Have you ever had a mind-altering experience involving a pancake?
It was just a real, fortunate coincidence. Like always.
Yeah. When you're doing a movie like this and in this way, you start looking at things differently. So we all, to this day, have an eye for waste. Yeah, like you see a heap of trash, and you see, oh, that could look good there, and then oh no, we finished the spaceship. But that certain. That certain way of looking at things that stays.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not also the look, also the sound of things,
Yeah.
because the sound design was made equally like the pictures.
The sound design. All the sounds you hear were not there, obviously, in spite of the apart from the talking, of course. So every sound had to be recorded, and maybe, for example, I once recorded bees, the humming of bees, and only used the low frequencies of it for this soundscape. Is that the right word? Soundscape.
Yeah.
Soundscape of in the Golden Planet when he goes through the caves. There's this soundscape, and it's just bees. For example,
It's just bees.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'll be told to wrap it up because we've run out of time. Are you
okay.
guys going to be...
One more question over there.
Go on then.
Oh yeah,
Quick.
right. So, right at the end, Adam chooses between two sets of coordinates. One of them is like very soberly and sensibly written on a piece of paper with a pen. The other one is fucking scrawled on the tool with a big bit of metal. Do you think he made the right choice? In your mind, do you think he made the right choice?
The only thing what I could say, what do you think?
Yeah, he goes for the paper one. So
he goes for the.
he made the right choice, but
Maybe, and he also goes for the one which is connected to a picture.
yeah.
This is also important. So he has a kind of proof. Yeah, a kind of proof for that.
Well, yeah,
But
it's
he
just a big black blob, so...
It can be that there is no Earth anymore. It's truly possible that he won't find anything. But it's not sad. It's not. It's
Hope.
not. Yeah. It's hope.
Nice.
Yeah.
So are you guys going to be around in Stratford the next few days?
And unfortunately, we
Okay.
have to leave tomorrow.
Can people cyberstalk you via Twitter, Facebook?
Yeah, they can. So it's Das Letzte Land in German. Yeah? Das Letzte Land. Thefinalland.com, and then you get all the info. And maybe we can hang out the theater. And if you want to talk to us,
Don't worry, this is
Yeah.
gonna be in our in our Facebook, for sure, you're gonna find in the Sci-Fi London Facebook their Facebook page, and in our Instagram their Instagram page. So go through there and make them all the questions that you want about the movie.
And if you want to talk to us in person, we will hang out in front of the theater for the next minute, or maybe down at the bar. Is it still open? Okay. Okay, then we'll be outside the theater.
Cool. Well, in the meantime, thank you very much.
Okay, thanks.